Good numbing. Hello YouTube and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Today we're almost definitely going to finish this game because we're entering the last act, the Arsenal Gear. So hey Moxie, hope you're doing well. And to put it mildly, this game, I've said before that this game is extremely yap heavy, probably one of the more, yappiest Metal Gears. We're about to enter the sheer insanity. Late night gym session stream, let's go! And I wish I was kidding. Arsenal Gear is when things start getting very fucky. And it will make a degree of sense as we go, but it's still an adjustment. Here. Also, yeah, last time we ended off, we lost all our gear, so Raiden's butt ass for a while, but that's going to be the least of our troubles.
Raiden, do you copy? You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission, according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out.
Oh, we're almost definitely going to get caught, but I'm going to do my best to, not. Don't do it. Don't walk any more forward. Please. Please, I'm begging you. I need to see which way he's going. There's another guard way over there.
Who's there?
No one! Oh, here's the one. Here's the one everyone loves.
Turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Don't worry. It's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
I'm a decent space away from the TV.
Something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky to the east. It was moving very irregularly.
Also, I love the music of Arsenal Gear.
All around me. When I came
Both neutral and an alert. Both themes are phenomenal. Huh? Yeah, right. And he's like, what the fuck's going on?
Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
Bye, fuckers. Right, that's the only room you have to survive.
Variety level 13.
Before you can get your gear back.
Merrill, the return of Ginola. Honestly, though, you have played the game for a long time. Don't
I just fired it up today.
With your time?
What do you mean?
Infiltrate the enemy fortress.
Oh, a bit of classic Metal Gear.
Destroy
I played through OG Metal Gear. Also, the radar's been replaced by just a camera on a woman. OG Metal Gear 1 is genuinely really fun. OG Metal Gear 2, although is also really fun, is also really fucking annoying at times.
Leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were intimate. I'm sorry. Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but
I hear it's amazing when the famous purple stuffed worm in Flapjaw space with the tuning fork does a raw blink on Harry Carey rock. I need scissors. 61.
We're stuck in here, by the way, until enough dialogue's been exhausted.
Somewhere to the south of where you blasted through the wall. Hurry and save him before the terrorists discover his code.
Jack, it's me.
Hi, Rose.
Jack, I owe you an apology.
If it's about that conversation just now, I'm the one who's sorry.
Everything's a little fucky right now, Rose. I need your help.
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me?
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone.
Oh.
Like what I felt for you.
So that's why you were involved in this mission. I should have known. Why else would they toss an analyst into the mix at the last minute?
I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong.
No matter where I go, I get used.
I reinvented myself to suit your tastes. Hairstyle, clothes, the way I moved, things I talked about. You say you love the color of my hair, my eyes. They're not even real.
You must have gone over my psych profile with a fine-tooth comb.
It was my job.
Great performance. Had me completely fooled.
What I really wanted was for you to see the real me. It hurt to play out this artificial romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt. Because I knew the person you loved was just a character.
So it was artificial on my end too. It was just a game, not the real thing.
Oh, Jack.
I feel better knowing that.
What?
I was in love, or thought I was, with someone who didn't exist. I was trying to be someone I wasn't by loving what wasn't real. I don't know who you really are. The person I knew isn't real. She's not the woman I'm talking to right now. In a sense, the deception was my own, not theirs.
Jack, I thought I was acting because that was my job. But I did fall in love with you. That wasn't an act.
You expect me to believe that? It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand, but I have nothing left to...
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying. I'm pregnant, Jack.
Rose! What's going on?
Amazing how you walk around like that.
Snake!
Been waiting long?
Yeah! Way too fucking long, Snake! What gives? I'm freezing my ass off here!
Where's my gear?
Right over there.
Ah.
That's more like it. Everything you had when you were captured is still there. Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked.
Fucking.
Sorry about that? Get over it.
Yes, sir.
The effects of the virus yet?
Still waiting on that.
So, it was rigged by the Patriots?
Looks like it. From what I can tell, Arsenal is headed for Manhattan. I don't know what Solidus is planning, but we'll have to deal with it one way or another. There's also a troop of production model Rays ahead.
How many units?
25, according to Olga.
25?
Yeah. Can't say I've faced that many Metal Gears before, but I think we can deal.
No way we can.
We can, because we have no other choice.
How?
I've stocked up on Stinger missiles. Oh yeah, Olga left this for you.
Trust me, this won't make much sense now. But in, what was it, 12 years? 12 years! It's gonna make perfect sense. People are gonna love it.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades. Move the right stick up and down to make a vertical
Oh, trophy
slice,
unlocked. Weapon
and
completion
left
to the
and right
plant.
to
Awesome.
slice
So we have got
parallel
every
to the
weapon for
ground.
Raiden.
Move the stick in a circle to do a rotating cut.
Also, this is interesting.
Push it forward to lunge and strike.
Because you didn't need the camera for anything else, so...
You can guard with your
Or the
and
right
have
stick for
the
anything, so
L1
they had
button
it so,
pressed down. You should be able to deflect a bullet or two.
And additionally, they... Oh, okay, not yet. Yeah, this. If you press square, you use the back end of the blade, so it becomes a stun. So you try to knock them out instead. So you want to do the no-kill run, you still can. Ow, fuck! I was just trying, Snake, I'm sorry! Fuck, you have to wait until...
Damn kid.
Oh, just in case he pick...
Moron.
He was going! Moron! Yeah.
Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a bit of a mindfuck for Raiden. It makes perfect sense to us because, you know, he's telling us that he has the stuff from MGS1.
Snake, have you ever enjoyed killing someone?
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell the
It makes
difference
sense, it's a
between
reward for
reality
MGS1. The good ending gets you infinite ammo, the bad ending gets you stealth
VR
camo.
training will do that.
No, it was field training.
But for Raiden, who's putting up with all this shit from Colonel talking bollocks and then Rose betraying him, that's a bit of like an extra step to like the mess.
We don't carry guns to take people down. We're not here to help some politician either.
You can say that because you're a legend, a hero. I'm Jack the Ripper, a dirty reminder of a terrible mistake.
Legends don't mean a whole lot. I was just a name to exploit. Just like you.
People will remember only the good part, the right part of what you did.
There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future? You can stop being part of a mistake. Starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem. Come on.
Snake, Raiden.
Hey, Otacon.
You all right?
Yeah, so are all the hostages.
That's good news.
How's everything on your end?
All right for now, but there is something.
What?
The Colonel's last transmission was strange.
Strange? How?
Just strange. No idea.
Interference?
I don't know.
Where is this Colonel?
I don't know. I've never met the man, actually.
I'll dig around.
Thanks. I owe you one.
If there's anything else, call me on the codec. I might be able to help. The frequency is 141.12.
Also, as soon as you start... Actually, where's my body armor? I should probably have that on until I need to heal. Oh Jesus, there's so many. Ow, I just got kicked in the fucking face. Ow, also Snake's literally murdering everyone, so I think my no-kill rule that I'm trying to go for really doesn't apply when Snake's just fucking destroying them. Also, the stab can definitely still kill people, even in the stun, so I've definitely killed a few myself anyway. But that's fine, I wasn't going for an exact no-kill run, just trying to show like as little as possible. We good? Oh, here we go.
Raiden, about this Colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI. The so-called...
Are you catching on yet?
What the hell does this mean?
The reason why the Colonel's been getting... Yeah.
You've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The Colonel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely...
The reason why he's getting fucky is because Emma installed that virus into Arsenal gear just before she died.
The Colonel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy!
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the Colonel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden,
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Oh, here we go.
Raiden, they've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Help! Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay.
Damn right I'm right.
Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden!
Is this what Olga was talking about?
Oh, we're about to have, like, absolute carnage, so, like, get fucking ready. I am just gonna bring out the AK. Because there's gonna be a shit ton of enemies here. We're going kill mode now. Also, why did we equip a pistol, you motherfuckers? Oh, sorry, Snake. Sorry, Snake. It's alright, he's got those mountains on a health, he'll be fine. But it's just the smarter way to do this. Also, ignore how badly the game tries to fuck you over and just keep on fighting. Ignore fission mailed, emit continents. It will pass. There it is. I can do this all day. Oh, sorry. I need to say, I can stop shooting me. I don't care if you can do it all day. Fucking stop. It's when Raiden auto-targets the next enemy. That's when I'm catching Snake. Because the camera's, like, the thing spins, but he's still shooting. Oh, he fell off. L plus ratio. Yeah, if you're trying to go for the no-kill run, welcome to the hardest part of the game to do it with. You very much got to let Snake take most of the weight. And you presumably just use the HF blade. Hey, Fortune.
Fortune.
It's been a long wait, Solid Snake. The root of all my sorrows.
What?
2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try...
Yeah, if you haven't realized yet, because the US Navy collar, her father is that Marine commander that Ocelot shot.
Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can. Starting with you, Solid Snake.
Damn! Looks like I'm today's pick. You go on ahead. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here.
What are you gonna do? Bullets can't get near her.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
You think you can kill me?
I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Do you think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
Also, yes, it literally is called the Arsenal Gear Rectum that we're in. It is exactly what you think it is.
Jack, I've been watching how you fight. It looks like you've remembered the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack?
The Colonel.
I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival. It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had to smoke out the agent before the mission entered the final phase. You came in handy, as bait. Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute. Split between life and death. You ran from it, and now you've been led back to war by something less than real. No more games, Jack. At least you know. There's no reason to keep you alive now.
Oh, right. The mock gear raise.
At least. But now, you should die as the little Jackie boy I once knew.
There's a lot of people, and fair enough because of this fight, that I see get extremely overwhelmed on this, even on like easy difficulty. And I get it. If you fall into the intimidation of what you're about to fight, it will get you. But you have a shit ton of Metal Gears you need to take down. Aim for the leg, which will make them open their mouth, so you can hit them with more damage. I need to move. Oh, I closed this now before I got the chance. Oh, there's another one firing. I need to... Time to move! And now things get scary because now one's jumped onto the main fucking stage with us. There's one. It's worth noting, depending on your difficulty, will depend on how many Metal Gears you actually have to take down to win this. Because you see, another one's just taking its place. On European Extreme, you have to actually take down all 25 of them. If that sounds scary to you, yeah, fucking it should. You've got like next to nothing left, so I'll just finish you off. Especially because on European Extreme, it's like 2 hits at any time to completely kill you. It's absurd. But you just gotta take it slow, pace yourself, pay attention to what's being used, what you can hear. Because using your audios to pick up on what's coming your way is half the battle. You're not going to be able to keep an eye on every Metal Gear that's in the arena all the time. So you need to just know when to move using audio cues, know when to dodge, sometimes using audio cues. You get the idea. The easiest thing I can recommend is just no matter what, don't stop really moving. Pop your shots, and then get going again. Don't linger, I think it's the easier way to put it. I'm trying not to be directly under it to get beamed like I just did. That one's nearly done. Oh, I still got caught there. That was unfortunate. But that one's dealt with, and there's a ration in the middle, so I'm going to try and go get it. I can't remember how many you need to take down on normal. I know we've got a ways to go yet. Also, to fucking missile while his leg caught my missile. Fuck, it happened again. Whoa! Okay, I need to stop being a bit more cautious because we're in a dangerous spot right now. Alright, there's another one dealt with. I think on European Extreme it goes all the way to like E5. There's another Russian in the middle, and some more missiles are on the edge. I'm gonna try and get it, and try not to get fucking stomped. Ow. I'm trying to be like a whip shot about it, but no luck. Oh hey, I'll take that. That wasn't what my target is. Okay, we did enough. As you may notice that I didn't kill that one. It's a damage check. You have to do a set amount of damage, but it's let me see how many machines you're gonna have to destroy to make the difference. So on European Extreme, it's around 25 you have to take down. And they can kill you in 2 hits at any moment. It's genuinely fucking wild. Also, if you're playing on European Extreme, that line from Solidus, I created a little more fight in you, you'd be like, what the fuck? You just had to fight for your fucking soul.
So you decided to show
Don't do this. They'll know.
I'll hold them off.
They already know, Raiden. Come on.
What about you? This is suicide.
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family! I know I'm going to help, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell! enjoy the show, Jack? Let's pick up where we left off. What's going on? What's wrong with it?
AI, GW, it's out of control.
What?
Cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
Stupid machines!
What the fuck's in this P90?
Damn the Patriots! You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
Bring him in.
Oh, hey, this is like your last real chance to save, by the way. Also, buckle in.
Are you awake yet, Jack?
We're gonna have to like pick up the controller for like a torture survival section, which this torture survival section was the one I was talking about last stream, where I said on the original Substance release on PS2, it's a minute and 10 seconds straight of you having to press the action button on average 5 or 6 times per second. And that was me mashing the shit out of it on normal. Can you imagine what it's like on E? Even on the new version where they shorten the time down a lot? Yeah, they always use a turbo controller because it's fucking absurd. My finger slipped for a second, did you notice?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names. of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots' Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted. A little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the President's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Foxdie. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the President, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Foxdie. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap.
I genuinely love this twist because when you're first playing through MGS2, you're probably going to catch on that it's similar to MGS1, but you'll think it's just like a patented writing. Some writers have that where you start to notice trends in all the things they write. And then you realize it's fucking deliberate.
He's one of our own people. A sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel will provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus. You and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago.
And there's Ocelot's confession. He was the one that killed Fortune's father. We knew that because we played the tanker episode, but now she knows that.
Was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project? How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you.
What?
Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal.
Yeah, she has a mirrored body structure, which is a real thing.
There's no such thing as miracles or the
It's something like stimulus inversus or something like that, I think it's called.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
How's this then? Damn.
fortune!
You idiot! Get the hell away from there!
I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down!
What the? Impossible!
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Damn!
Hell yeah.
Try this instead.
Helena Jackson, or Fortune, is one of my favorite characters in this game.
No!
It's something so simple, yet they do so much with her, and I think she's a phenomenal character in this game. Also, it's time for the bullshit. I love that the Metal Gear Ray changes its stance when it changes from Ocelot to Liquid.
Liquid!
I've been waiting for this! It can't be. I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
And if this seems like complete fucking insanity, don't worry about it, Metal Gear Solid 4 makes it even fucking insaner.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all... I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss. Time to say goodbye!
Damn.
Like surfing, it's a good way to go.
Liquid! Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake! You coming?
Jesus Christ, Snake! Really?
Snake!
I love this fucking game. Hey, look, it's the same bridge the game started on. At least I think it's the same bridge. The Washington Bridge. Also, they cut out a whole bunch here because this game originally released not too long after 9/11. Unfortunately. And there was going to be a whole cutscene of basically Arsenal gear completely wrecking this New York. Additionally, on that post you can see in front of the screen, the American flag was going to be on it. But because it was, you know, a very sensitive time in the US for obvious reasons after the fact, they cut all of that out. But you can see what building we've crashed into. You can see what's supposed to have happened. And you can connect the dots. How the fuck did this thing get to Federal Hall? You know, you can put the pieces together.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
That's right. George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America.
Have you figured out what GW means yet? The game starts on the Washington Bridge. We're on the day of George Washington's call for independence and all that shit. GW literally stands for George Washington.
Liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. Jack, listen to me. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles. Cloned from our father, with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty!
Raiden, are you receiving? We're still here.
How's that possible? The AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call...
I love this that model there, where you can see the skull behind the skin. That's really cool. Even when I was a kid, I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
oh hey, time for the thing that
Your interests, not ours in mind.
gets scary because this came out in 2001 and became so much
The mapping of the human genome was
I
completed.
don't know what the right word is, like so integral to what's kind of been happening ever since.
Open to us.
We started with genetic engineering.
The censoring of information, the control of what people see on the internet,
But there are things not covered by
to make sure that people only follow certain parties, elect certain powers, like, ugh.
Culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself.
Oh, bollocks, I just pressed X by accident. Few and you will succeed. But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed. So my controller had a mark on it, and I was trying to scratch it, and I accidentally tapped the X button. That's entirely on me. Fuck. The exercise your right to freedom, and that is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths spun by different interests continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems. Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of the larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into a growing cesspool of society at large. The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right. Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth. And that is the way the world ends, not with a bang but a whimper. We're trying to stop that from happening. It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species. Professional law. I'm sorry. Literally, my finger, I had a little mark on my controller, and I thought, I'll just quickly wipe that for a second whilst, this cutscene's playing out, because it's going to annoy me otherwise, and my finger literally narrowly touched the, X. like, by the slightest amount. Fuck. And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not? Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce? Retrieve valuable truths and even interpret their meaning for later generations. That's what it means to create context. I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on. But is that even your own idea? Or something Snake told you? That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will. That's not true. I have the right. Does something like a self exist inside of you? That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being. In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel. Another possibility is that self is the concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that it would endow you with some sense of strength. That's crap! Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? Alright, explain it to him. Jack, you're simply the best, and you've got there all by yourself. Ugh. Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching? Don't think you'll find anything, though. Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better, leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth that you once embraced. Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth? Would someone like you even have the right to decide? You've done nothing but abuse your freedom. You don't deserve to be free. We're not the ones smothering the world. You are. The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world. And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species. Building a legacy involved figuring out what it wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with, now we think for you. We are your guardians, after all. You want to control human thought, human behavior? Of course, anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove. You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack? Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least. We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us? The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. Alright, now I can go back to shutting up.
S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness.
And I'm gonna put my fucking controller down so this doesn't happen again.
S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to...
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
I love that fucking line. Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
My son.
There are so many, like, phenomenal fucking lines in this series.
Monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your
This
parents.
line, however, I feel like is entirely unnecessary. I don't think they had to include it.
And raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil.
Because I feel like everything is justified enough for Raiden to have to fight Solidus. They didn't need to add this little extra bit of Solidus being the one that took Raiden's parents from him.
History, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free. I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they formed.
Also, the flag would have been in the background behind Solidus in that instance. Final boss time. I love this fucking final boss. I'm not going to pretend I'm good at it, but I love this final boss. Fuck. I'm going to try and do this. The normal way. Also, yeah, the stab still counts as lethal, so you can see I'm doing little lethal damage as well. Ow. Am I still on fire? Come on. Oh, I was holding guard. I guess it doesn't really count. It only counts on bullets. Oh, whoops. I pressed X. Let's try this again, but this time not pressing X. Is that halfway? I think it's a little bit more. Oh, doorbell. 1 second, guys. Alright, I'm back. There's probably going to be a lot of that throughout the week, by the way. I've mentioned before that with my mum and stepdad separating, my stepdad's getting a new, like, having to obviously move to a new place, so there's probably going to be a lot of parcel deliveries of him ordering bits and pieces he's going to need for the new place throughout the course of the week. So I don't know why I'm so out of breath. All I did was run downstairs, open the door, and run back up the stairs. Holy shit. Alright, let's go. Oh, now we're definitely going to go into phase 2. No? Oh, shit. There we go. It's usually a halfway. I'm surprised he waited until that long. Unless he had to, like, use, like, animation lock, so I just got some extra free damage. That might have been it. But this is phase 2. He's now going to be quicker, but he drops the missiles.
This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. We're nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
Fuck, he still got me.
What's wrong with you?
We're getting there, though. Good kick. Oh, I tried to see if I get cheeky. We're getting there. Even on the U. One more good combo and we win. We win. I don't know why he just fucking froze in place like that, but we win. And that's the game. we still have a few more cutscenes to go before the credits roll, but fucking Jesus Christ, this game. MGS2 is so peak. It's a yappy game, but it's a phenomenal story, so you kind of let it get away with it. At least I do. I've said before, and I'll say it again, but if you go into any Metal Gear Solid, you have to go in understanding that they're very yappy games. Because otherwise, if you go in expecting it to be like all gameplay and a little story, you'll only detract it from yourself, and you'll end up robbing yourself of a phenomenal story. Because it won't be what you expect. But if you go in understanding, you're going to have the controller down for a lot of it, and just appreciating a phenomenal story and narrative alongside the game. You'll get so much more out of it. And obviously with the American flag that was supposed to be on the end of that there, that's what Solidus is reaching for. In his last moment, still reaching for the freedom and liberty the country was founded on. And at that moment, the flag would be behind Raiden instead.
Who am I, really? No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
Dog tags.
It's me!
Anyone you know?
name before. I'll pick my own name, and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on.
Ah!
They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word. Even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry. I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep
Oh,
yourself
Snake.
alive,
I know because he doesn't know, but it's her. It's a little girl called Sunny. We'll learn more about her in MGS4 and Rising.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up. We have a better lead. This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriot's identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
The real Rose.
Snake?
Oh, he's long since fucked off. Are you insane?
What's wrong?
Also, did you see him in the back? For a second, Vamp was in the background.
Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I don't know which button it is, so I don't want to press anything to accidentally skip the cutscene. But there's a button you can press to... He's there, you can see him on the left. To zoom in. But I decided I don't want to accidentally press anything, because I don't want to accidentally skip the cutscene. If you do zoom in on Vamp, you'll get a trophy on the Master Collection. So, like, I'm going to purposely miss that trophy right now, because I said I don't know what button it is to zoom, and I don't want to accidentally skip this. But yeah, she is pregnant.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
That's it.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
He said all living things want their genes to live on.
Are you talking about the baby?
Yeah. The genes aren't the only thing you pass on. There are too many things.
Fruit salad! Yummy, yummy. Sorry.
It's up to us to teach that to our children.
What kind of things?
About the environment, our ideas, our culture, poetry, compassion, sorrow, joy. We'll tell them everything together.
Is that a proposal?
This is for your ears only.
And that's Metal Gear Solid 2. Oh, I love this game. It's been so nice to come back to this. I forgot how vicious the alert system is. You get caught so fucking quick in this game sometimes, and it is hard to kind of like recover from it once you're caught. But Jesus Christ, this game rules, and it's been so nice to come back to it. A lot of people treat it as the black sheep of the original trilogy, but I honestly have never agreed with that. This game, it is a little crazy with its writing. Kojima and Fukushima kind of were smoking the special stuff when they were writing some of this in terms of just how extra everything is. They clearly wanted to do so much more with the franchise after MGS1, and this was kind of, in a weird way, both opening and closing the biggest door. Because if you don't know, the original intention was to have this be the last Metal Gear. And when you consider like the very loose end approach how it handles it, but how important its message of just continuing to live, to pass on what you learn, whether it's through genetics literally, or the genes in quotes of your mind, or your teachings, of your education, of your love, of your spirit, all these things. It's such a beautiful way to end it, and such a powerful way to do it, while showing all the footage of, you know, like New York streets from the 90s. This game has a very prolific and beautiful message that it wants to share and tell you, and I love it. The improvements from the MGS1 to MGS2 are paramount. It's insane how much better in gameplay they made MGS2, while still being the same template. You know, this was the game that introduced first-person combat properly, and it wasn't just a minigame gimmick for the turret section at the end of MGS1. You know, you could aim in first person, you had the laser pointer so you could get precise shots. If you hit a headshot, it would knock out enemies. You could shoot body parts individually. I didn't really do it much because I didn't want to try and kill enemies, like, for the most part. You can shoot the radios off their chest. You can shoot their dominant hand so they can't use their machine guns. You can shoot their legs so they limp and they can't chase you as effectively. This was in 2001. This game's 23 years old and they were pulling off that shit. And I love that they did that. They reached for the stars and somehow made it work. Yes, there are absolutely parts where you can see they cut slight corners to make it fit on one disc. The most evident part is how many codec conversations there are, where a cutscene will start and lead into a codec conversation instead of carrying on where you think it would. That was them saving space, because codec conversations take up way less space than fully animated cutscenes. Especially considering all the cutscenes were rendered in real time, hence why Raiden's body armor was present at times and not in others. It's because it was all rendered in real time. If I had the body armor equipped, you saw it. If I didn't, you didn't. It's the same reason why the suppressor was on Raiden's gun for the whole time, minus that one cutscene that I pointed out was pre-rendered, because I equipped the suppressor so it was in part of all the cutscenes. Also, I love the background footage, like they showed in the credits. There's something very unique about, like, footage of the 90s that I just find very, like, captivating to the soul. And I know, like, it's because I ever so slightly, ever so narrowly missed it because I was born at the end of the 90s. So I grew up in the early 2000s instead. And so I think it's the fact that it was so close. It was the era I was born in, but it wasn't the era I experienced. That like, I have, like, this feeling towards it that I just love seeing it. I always find it so almost mystical in a weird, grungy way. Because it is very grungy when you look at what the 90s was for a lot of the time. Also, this song, Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday, is beautiful as well. All the credit songs in Metal Gear Solid series are always beautiful. I remember saying the exact same thing about The Best Is Yet to Come in MGS1, and I guarantee you I'll say the exact same thing about Way to Fall in MGS3. But this is the one of the trilogy I've probably played through the least, but that's because MGS1 is one of my favourite PS1 games, and MGS3 is one of my favourite games of all time. That isn't because I think this game is weaker or not as good or anything like that. I love this game. It hasn't been clear of how many times I've giggled or gone, what the fuck is this sanity, or, you know, just gushed about it in the middle of a cutscene. I genuinely love this game. It is so good, and it is held up so fucking well. I love the soundtrack. Yell Dead Cell is a phenomenal boss theme. The theme that plays when we fight the Rays is really good. The fight against Solidus is fantastic. All of the Arsenal gear themes are god tier. Oh, I didn't spot the Ghost Babel poster. I saw the Zone of the Enders and I saw the Police Knots. I didn't spot the Ghost Babel. I forgot there's a cameo for that in this. Ghost Babel's a weird game. I hope in one of the Master Collections that they do eventually include some of the quirkier games. Especially some of like the weird little spin-offs. Because it would be nice to show off like Metal Gear Acid and how fucking on acid that duology is. To show off Ghost Babel and how unique it was and how different it was for everything else. One day I want to cover the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 as well, but I can tell you now that won't be anytime soon, because in the list of Metal Gear Solids I want to cover all of the main lines, bar 5. 5 I'm not the biggest fan of, personally. I still like 5, don't get me wrong, but I felt it was the weakest. And even if it was content complete, like it was originally planned to be, obviously, I don't think that opinion would have changed much, because my problems with the game extend far beyond the game being unfinished. But that's a topic for another time. But I would love to cover... absolutely, next time you meet Metal Gear Solid, I'm covering MGS3, because it's one of my all-time favourite games. I'm absolutely going to cover 4 if it's included in Master Collection 2 whenever that's announced. I absolutely want to cover Rising, obviously, because Rising's peak. But I also want to cover, if it will let me, Portable Ops, because even though it's kind of questionable whether Portable Ops is canon or not, I still think it's an interesting footnote in the progression of Metal Gear Solid as a series post-4. Because after 4, it stopped being tactical espionage action, it started being tactical espionage operations, because they had a wider focus beyond just a stealth game. They have these units that you end up building up and recruiting as you go. Reaching its peak in 5, which to be fair, that's one of the best things about 5, is how much they expand that system. But I want to show in its origin and infant state with Portable Ops, then how it grows into Peace Walker, and then how it's maximized in 5. But as for our post-credit scene, and the thing to kind of leave you open for the end...
Life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies, what we've seen, heard, felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for. We need to pass the torch and let our children read our messy and sad history by its light. We have all the magic of the digital age to do that with. The human race will probably come to an end sometime, and new species may rule over this planet. Earth may not be forever, but we still have the responsibility to leave what traces of life we can. Building the future and keeping the past alive are one and the same thing.
Snake, you there? It's me. I've finished going over that disc.
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but...
But what?
They're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
Alright, my final playtime. I played for 9 hours, 17 minutes in the end. Well, plays is a word. Play. I don't think I played for 9 hours, but sure. Saved 13... I didn't actually save that much. Died 11 times, that makes sense. Caught 21 times. I only used 15 rations? Really? I thought I healed way more than that. And I killed 39 people. Codename Jaguar. For beating the game, you can now bring the camera with you to the tanker episode. You start with it in the plant episode. If you're wondering how to unlock more things, you need at least half of the dog tags in each respective chapter to get your first major reward, and then all of them to get your second. That being stealth camo and infinite ammo, but only for that chapter. So if you want it with Snake, you need to get all the dog tags in the tanker. If you want it with Raiden, you need to get them all on the plant. It's not as easy as it was in MGS1. You can't just get them for beating the game. Also, now that we've beat the game, the background changes to Raiden. But that's kind of it. There are, as you can see here, a few special things to click on. This was exclusive to Substance, Snake Tales. Substance's Snake Tales stuff was explicitly added because of complaints. Also, if you use the right stick, you can move the ray in the background around. That there wasn't enough, like, Snake content. People didn't like Raiden when the game came out, which is fair enough. You're not exactly supposed to, but still. But through this, you can go through your actions, you can go through previous stories, bring up your focus album, check all your dog tags, which we did get a fair few. But you can also see how many we missed. I only got 24% of them. And yes, it is difficulty dependent, which is depressing as shit, but it is what it is. But you can also go bring up the casting theatre. Which shows all the content. Also, you can change fucking who's in each slot, which is fucking ridiculous. Let me just show this real fucking quick. I'll leave it until you see Snake, and then I'll come away from it, because it's stupid as shit. But you can watch the cutscenes, and because it's all in real time, you can replace any character with any position. Is this going to work off the rip? Actually, this is probably the wrong cutscene to show. That's probably the better one. Yes, there it is. Yes. It's still the same voice lines. It's literally just model replacement. But the casting theatre is such a funny inclusion. I love it. And then lastly, we have boss survival, where it is literally the boss rush, as you can imagine. Beyond that, you have missions, which is the VR missions from MGS1, but severely expanded. If you're going for the platinum, hey, welcome to the deal breaker. You can see I've played a little bit of it. You need to get 50 first place or gold medals, basically, for the trophy. You don't need to do all of them, but you need to do a lot of them. And as you can see, it covers literally everything you can imagine. And you can see I did mess around with it a little bit. This was back around the time I streamed MGS1. I was playing all of the trilogy, so I played some of the VR in this. Which is why I've got some progress in it. And lastly, the Snake Tales are you go through chunks of the plants. There's no real cutscenes, you just kind of get dropped into it as Snake doing a set objective, and then you leave and it's done, and then that's the end of the Snake Tale. But that's it. That's Metal Gear Solid 2. That's the peak sequel to the peak original. Next time we return to Metal Gear Solid, it's going to be a little different though, because Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my all-time favorite games. So even my approach to it will probably be a little different, because a lot of my playthrough will be me highlighting just why I love it so fucking much. There's a lot of things in this game, like my accuracy, that was below par, because the accuracy check and how the game handles how you aim is different in this from 3, and I am infinitely more consistent in 3. In fact, there's a little trick I will show in 3 surrounding the binoculars that can guarantee you sniper level headshots if you know how to use it. But I digress. Smaller stream, I know, it's less than 2 hours, but I honestly didn't know off the top of my head how long those cutscenes were going to last for. It didn't help that I accidentally pressed X during them, but that's on me, it is what it is. But I will call it here for today. I probably could have finished this yesterday, but it is what it is. So, from me, thank you all so much for watching. For the rest of the week, the priority is going to be finishing off Atelier, Estra, and Logi, because I want to have everything done before Christmas, because, and to make my last point, if you're newish to the channel, you may not know this, I always take a little time off over Christmas, because work gets super busy where I work in retail, and so I have to kind of prioritize a little bit for my own conscience. I will be streaming all this week as usual, the schedule is on. I'll be taking, Sunday off because Saturday I'm working till half midnight, so I'm just going to be asleep on Sunday. Then next week I will stream Monday and I will stream Tuesday, and then I am off until just before the new year. So I'll be having about a week and a bit off total. So I just wanted to make that clear. I'm working all the way to, I will be streaming up until the 23rd, and then I'll be wrapping up for Christmas because I'm working the night of the 23rd and I'm working all the 24th. And I want some sanity left in me. I want a little bit of fucking sanity. But we will see how it goes. Depending on how it is, I might stream only on the Monday, but we will honestly see. It depends what happens on the Tuesday. If they call me in earlier, or on the Tuesday, like if they want me in because it gets busy, then so be it. I won't stream Tuesday, but I will worry about that when I get to it. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely helps this channel grow. Additionally, you can find my BlueSky and my Patreon in the description of every single video. But until then, you guys take care now. Peace. And play fucking Metal Gear Solid. If you haven't already, if you've watched these playthroughs and for some reason haven't played MGS, the Master Collection is in a really good place right now after the 2.0 update. There's no reason not to play them. Honestly, I think there's no reason not to play them now. But I digress. Take care now.